Hello everyone. We have a absolutely great hand. Total keeps. Our opponent has mulliganed to 5, which is never a good thing to do against Thoughtseize. So if we're against Burn, would be a little annoying. Yep, that is a little annoying. So we have some decisions here. We would like to take as little damage as possible. So you can play Overgrown Tomb, shock ourselves, and then play discard spell, and then the following turn we can Abrupt Decay the Swift Spear, and the following turn we can potentially play another 2-drop and crack our fetch land and get the land tapped, and then a following turn play Huntmaster. No matter what we do, we're definitely gonna taking some damage, which is a little unfortunate. This is a very scary matchup. So I think that we just care about the Skull Crack. So 2 Helix. So one thing that's just to give you kind of my feeling of the matchup is I typically don't really care to have a whole lot of sideboard cards for this matchup. I mean, I do have a good sideboard for this matchup, so you know. But a lot of the times I feel like what really makes the difference isn't what cards I have, it's how good my opponent's draw is. Even when I have like a bunch of... Wow, that's insane. Even when I have a bunch of Kitchen Finks and like a lot of life gain, a lot of times it just ends up not being enough because they have like skull cracks and stuff like that. So a lot of times I feel like just what it really comes down to is just how good was their draw. If they have a great draw, there's probably nothing I can do. And if they have not a good draw, then I'll probably just win with Tarmogoyfs. And I believe this is the way that I sideboard. So we'll keep this. We have a relatively pain-free, mana base. We are going to fire off our Inquisition of Kozilek on turn 1 just because Eidolon of the Great Revel is such a big problem. And there she blows. So we've got Bolt, Rift, Mountain. Getting that island on the graveyard also does a lot to pump up a potential Tarmogoyf that we can draw. So Mountain, Rift Bolt down, and down. So our opponent has 1 Rift Bolt in hand, and that's it. If we could draw a Terminate here, that would do a lot to make me feel good about this. Not so lucky. So we're just going to play Raging Ravine, and that's it. And we're going to take at least 4 damage, or 5 damage this turn, going to 9. And we'll be able to Edict him. And, if we can plus our Liliana a few times, we can make sure that there's not a Skull Crack facing down our Huntmaster of the Fels. So there's the other Rift Bolt, so he's got 1 unknown card, and it's a Lightning Bolt. So that's a lot of damage. But it looks like we're if we can dodge 1 draw step, probably be in the clear. So let's see. Most of his removal is not. Because it really doesn't matter. Edict. And we're just going to hope that we can, dodge a draw step. His Rift Bolt is going to knock us down to 2. And if he draws a burn, basically any burn spell, we're dead. I guess he may have cards like Atarka's Command and Boros Charm and Lightning Helix. That would be burn spells that he could draw that wouldn't kill us. But wait. Okay, there we go. And we're dead. And on to the next one. So that was a turn 4 kill. We got a discard spell and a Liliana off. And if we had drawn a Kitchen Finks, it wouldn't have even really been that much better because his Monastery Swiftspear would have been able to ram right into it, and we still would have had to take damage to play our Huntmaster. So with him on the play, it's always really hard for us to win. But that was kind of close, and we had not the greatest hand. This is a much better hand. This has everything we want. Removal spell, immediate life gain, and sustained life gain. So pretty good hand, all in all. I think the most likely scenario is we get a Blood Crypt with this Bloodstained Mire, and then a Forest with our Verdant Catacombs. That'll be the most pain-free way to do things, while giving us good options with our mana. And we will certainly wait to try to get Tarmogoyf. I would like to draw a Tarmogoyf, but I'd much rather not take any damage. So I say Blood Crypt? Yeah, Blood Crypt and then Forest. So this is kind of interesting, actually. We can play the Inquisition and play the Overgrown Tomb tapped, which is actually pretty nice. It also means that if he has an Eidolon, which is honestly one of the things I worry about the most, just get that right out of there. So, let's see. Yep, just gonna get the Eidolon. Write down the others. Taylor Swiftspear, Path, Skullcrack, Origin Foundry. So if he plays a Swiftspear and we know that he has Skullcrack, it actually may be to our benefit to just play the Kitchen Finks on our turn. It acts as a blocker for the Swiftspear. And, well, I guess he can just path the Finks, which isn't so good. So he's got Path, Skullcrack, Forge. I think this is the thing that's going to relieve the most pressure. And we can start eating away at his hand. There's a chance that he may just Skullcrack our Liliana. I mean, if he did do that, that would be amazing. Kalitas is kind of nice here. A little expensive. So I think the Tarmogoyf is actually going to be the card to go. And play the Kitchen Finks now almost definitely means we're going to be eating a Skullcrack. But that'll hopefully clear the way for our Scavenging Ooze to do even more work. I don't think that was the Path to Exile he had, though. Yeah, so I wonder if he just has a redundant Path to Exile in his hand. Either way, we shouldn't die here. And our Scavenging Ooze will start to do stuff, so that'll be good. And I think what I'm actually likely to do is to Edict myself. So let's see, if he's got a burn spell in hand and a burn spell on the top of his library, he can do 6 damage to us. So the Scavenging Ooze is not going to be enough. So I think that I need to make myself sacrifice a creature. If he has Skullcrack and a Bolt on top, you know, I'm dead no matter how you slice it. So I think I just make myself sacrifice my Kitchen Finks. Now I should basically be safe. And I do want to crack this for an Overgrown Tomb. I would like to play my Kalitas, but it's looking a little unlikely. Looks like we're going to do this, though. And we have him on a 2-turn clock. So I believe he's drawing dead. Although, well, actually no, if he has like Boros, like if he has Lightning Bolt and draws Boros Charm, then we're dead. Considering he didn't do anything at the end of his turn, though, I think we got this. Pretty close, though. We are out of creatures in the graveyard, so lucky us. That was pretty sweet, though, that I think one of the game-defining moments was when I Liliana edicted my own Kitchen Finks. Kind of a sweet play. Anyway, we'll be back shortly for another one.